the position of China as the biggest lender to many countries, how likely are they to cash in on such position of theirs? And can we expect further deterioration of global trade relations, in your view?
So first, I would tell you that I have a very balanced view towards China. You have to admire what they've been able to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And there are elements of their approach that I think deserve attention. But I think free trade has to be fair trade.
Mm-hmm.
And a number of countries, and again, before the pandemic, I traveled globally. I heard in a lot of world capitals, Bosch-Jan,
Mm-hmm.
that they felt that China was playing unfairly. So it isn't just a Washington, Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
And so because they pushed everything to their advantage, they're now dealing with the backlash.
Mm-hmm.
The same is true with the lending that they've done internationally. You're familiar with the Belt and the Road Initiative.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that was their big program to not just build infrastructure that would help their distribution channels, but also to kind of win the hearts and minds in developing countries on whom they were somewhat reliant for natural resources, et cetera. But in some cases, the BRI loans have turned out to be very unfortunate. So Sri Lanka, Pakistan, a couple of the African countries
Mm-hmm.
have gotten near default on their debt, and
Mm-hmm.
they are saying that it was never going to be repaid, and now China's trying to seize their port, their infrastructure, and so there's a big backlash
Mm-hmm.
against BRI, in my view.
Mm-hmm.
And the best case in point, Khan in Pakistan
Mm-hmm.
actually reached out to the International Monetary Fund to take out the BRI loan, which is very, very interesting. So, of course, Washington said, well, I'm not going to make the Chinese whole.
Mm-hmm.
So in any event, imperial powers through the years have lent money in the hope of cementing their influence.
Mm-hmm.
China is no different, but I think that program is probably at risk now.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned earlier, China's debt to GDP in aggregate has doubled since 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And that you're beginning to see more loan defaults, you're beginning to see more investment problems in China.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see a few things, here from our perch in Europe and the United States, you
Mm-hmm.
have to multiply that by 5 or 6 to know what's actually going on inside the country.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that they're going to have to use their own internal resources internally. And so China's ability to bail out or bridge debt problems in the emerging world in the years ahead may be more limited.